Hiding behind a large rock, Chen Luo cautiously observed the zombie. This was truly terrifying, but Rice had said his luck was explosive, with only surprises and no danger. It seemed the only solution was to use time acceleration. Just then, the skinny zombie, noticing Chen Luo had disappeared, shouted loudly, "What ability did you just use? Was it a spatial ability? Can you teach me?" Before Chen Luo could reply, a closed spatial barrier appeared around him. It was a spatial cage designed specifically for countering void walk. Seeing there was no way out, Chen Luo had no choice but to draw his sword of emptiness and slash at the zombie. However, he couldn't even cut through the zombie's defense. Angered and in pain, the zombie slashed at Chen Luo with its claw, wounding him. Chen Luo hesitated no more and immediately activated time acceleration. Although using time acceleration risked crystal fracture, it was his only option now. Trusting in Raya's prophecy that he would have surprises without danger, he activated the ability. Under the acceleration of time, the level 9 zombie screamed and fell to the ground. Chen Luo was ecstatic, but did not immediately collect the crystal from the dead mutant. What if it's plain dead, he thought. Meanwhile, the burly zombie next to him rubbed his eyes. Unable to believe what had just happened, he then turned around and ran. He had failed in his mission to Chen Luo, and if caught, he would surely be killed. However, he hadn't run far when Chen Luo blocked his way using void walk. Well, you actually brought people to kill me," Chen Luo said. Hearing this, the burly zombie was frightened and immediately begged for mercy. "Big brother, I won't dare to do it again. Please don't kill me." "What nonsense are you talking about? How could I kill you? You've earned some merit. According to our agreement, I owe you some meat." Chen Luo responded. "Remember, same place in a week. Bring another zombie. Understood?" Holding a chicken egg-sized transparent crystal in his hand, Chen Luo was ecstatic. "With a crystal this big, my promotion to level 7 is guaranteed," he thought. Just then, one of his subordinates rushed over. "Big brother Chen, I've gathered a list of some ability users for you to review." Upon reading the list, Chen Luo's eyes gleamed. Jin Yuan Zhang, a suspected level 5, mastering earth binding and earth explosion abilities. Excellent combat skills. This one could be a future king level. Even if only at a mid-tier level, he would make a good subordinate for me. Chen Luo then ordered a thorough collection of information on Jin Yuan Zhang. Meanwhile, Chen Guang's voice sounded from the intercom. "Big brother, there's a guy named Jia Shan being pursued. He's come to us for sanctuary. He's willing to offer a level 7 nature crystal." Chen Luo pondered for a moment. "This person is obviously in trouble, but I could use this opportunity to create a sanctuary. In the future, anyone who can offer something valuable will receive my protection, regardless of their crimes or who comes after them." Chen Luo then instructed. Chen Guang spread the word. "I'm protecting Jia Shan. No one can touch him. Anyone who wants him will have to deal with me. Those who disagree are welcome to come and get him themselves." On the other side, a subordinate yelled, "Brother Jen, Jia Shan has taken a crystal and entered Chen Luo's base." Learning that Chen Luo was giving no quarter, they didn't dare to engage in combat. A man in a black hat walked up to a large iron door and knocked. "Mr. Iron Leg, it's your turn to take action. As long as he feeds a person to Iron Leg will step in to solve all the man's problems." Just as the man was about to have Iron Leg kill his enemy, a henchman suddenly rushes in, yelling anxiously, "Boss, something terrible has happened. Someone has invaded our base. We are no match for that guy." But before he could finish, he was cut in half with a sword, only to see a man holding a large sword arrogantly shout, "You must be the boss here. Should I do it myself or will you do the honor?" Hearing this, the zombie immediately stood up and coldly said, "This is Iron Leg's territory. Kid, are you tired of living?" That said, Iron Leg quickly sprinted towards a Moaning and then swiftly kicked him with an Iron Leg technique. Unexpectedly, the man vanished into thin air. Before the two could figure out what was happening, Moaning suddenly appeared behind the man and beheaded him with a single slice. At that moment, a woman looked at Moaning admiringly and said, "Boss, you must be the strongest in the world. Not only have you reached level 6, you are also incredibly rare as a spatial type, and you even have mastered the divine technique, Sword of Space. Even mutants can be killed in one slice. Brother Moaning, look what I just found in their base." Taking the note, he found it was a flyer from Chen Luo's refuge. Reading the contents, Moaning chuckled, "This guy is really full of himself, but I enjoy smacking down that kind of thing. We're not busy anyway. Let's gather the others and teach him a lesson about bragging. Make him a little more humble. And Chen Luo knew nothing about this. He was currently cheering on turtle eggs that were about to hatch. 3 minutes later, 4 little turtles all broke out of their shells. This made Chen Luo extremely happy. He picked up one little turtle to check its gender, only to be squirted in the face with water by the little turtle. Chen Luo's went dark. I didn't expect this little guy to have almost level 2 power right after birth. What would happen if I used time acceleration to speed up its growth? Just then, Cheng Guang's voice came through the walkie-talkie. Boss, a man named Moaning has broken into our base, killed more than a dozen of our members instantly, and also kidnapped one of our brothers. He says if you want to save the hostage, you need to meet him at the top of Wuyan Mountain tonight. Upon hearing this, Cheng Luo broke out in a cold sweat. Moaning, could it be the one that got away whom I've offended? On second thought, that couldn't be, since he never leaves anyone alive. But either way, since he dares to challenge me, he must die. At that moment, on the top of Wuyan Mountain, Moaning was sitting with a beauty, sipping wine, when Cheng Luo appeared before him. Upon arriving at the peak of Wuyan Mountain, Liu Ben, who was caught by Moaning, shouted excitedly, "Big brother, I'm here. Don't worry, no one can hurt you as long as I'm here." Hearing this, Moaning calmly stood up and smiled. "You actually came, and you're alone. Very gutsy, I admire that. No wonder you could build such a large base." Cheng Luo chuckled coldly. "I don't think I know you. Why are you targeting me? Do we have a previous grudge? Or did someone send you?" "Neither. I just find you arrogant and wanted some entertainment." Upon hearing this, Cheng Luo realized, so he's just tired of living. Moaning smirked as he conjured the sword of space. Cheng Luo looked at him with some pity. It's rare to see a talented space type. Too bad he's seeking his own death. Just as Moaning was about to scoff, the next second, his eyes revealed an incredulous look. A sword of void appeared in Chen Luo's hand. The woman behind him even screamed, "Impossible. Only brother Moaning should know the sword of space. How could someone else know it too? I don't believe it." That said, she summoned a 2-meter-tall skeletal horse, on which sat a dark knight. This made Chen Luo's eyes light up. Another summoner tool person, perfect to take over Jintao's role. With a swift stroke, he sliced the dark knight in half, then rushed into the crowd, slaughtering all of Moaning's followers, and even cut off Moaning's limbs to hang him at the base as a warning to the surrounding forces. The woman was directly locked in a small dark room to become another tool person. Awaiting her would be the same fate as Jintao. Cheng Luo will make her summon level 7 undead to farm crystals until she dies from the backlash. Just then, Zhao Hai suddenly found Cheng Luo and told him 2 pieces of good news. The first one, they've just recruited a pair of siblings to join the base. The brother is called Zhao Zichen, a level 5 wind type. The sister, Zhao Zi, is an extremely rare psychic type. She supposedly has the ability to interfere with minds, can confuse the zombies' senses, a talent that's hard to come by. Hearing this, Cheng Luo chuckled, "Good job, bro Hai. So what's the second piece of good news?" Zhao Hai took a drag of his cigarette and said, "The team we sent to approach Jin Yanzhong, led by Song Ling, came back with news. Apparently, Jin Yanzhong is isolated and suppressed within his team, so the persuasion went quite smoothly. Plus, his wife is pregnant. Jin Yanzhong is willing to defect, but he has some demands. He needs 30 cans of milk powder and a regular supply of vegetables." What Zhao Hai didn't expect was, Cheng Luo agreed without a second thought, but insisted that he would personally deliver these supplies. Soon after, Cheng Luo drove to Jin Yanzhang's base and showed him the supplies. Upon seeing this, Jin Yanzhang was shocked that Cheng Luo was so sincere. Jin Yanzhang agreed on the spot to join, but I hope my wife only does logistics in the base and doesn't participate in combat. Hearing this, Cheng Luo readily agreed, but you have to cover her share of the points. After reaching an agreement, Cheng Luo took Jin Yanzhang back to his own base. Meanwhile, the Sea Turtle King, whose son was stolen by Cheng Luo, found his good friend, asking her to help retrieve his son. A stunningly beautiful clam spirit burst out from the clamshell. Since she had advanced to level 10 and taken on human form, she named herself Sea Princess. Facing the tearful pleas of the Turtle King, Sea Princess immediately agreed to help, "But my power will be much weaker on land, and I'll need your people to guard my clamshell." The Turtle King agreed on the spot. Then the two of them immediately set out for Chen Luo's base. On the other side, Chen Luo's mind was suddenly forcibly connected, and then he heard a woman's voice in his head. "Bro Chen, I'm the new member Xiao Ji. Sister Mi Ling says that the prophet has given a warning. You need to hurry back, or she and Mi Li will die. Hearing this, Chen Luo was shocked. Thunder King and the base had reached level 7. Mi Ling, Mi Li, Shui Yun, and others were even at several level 6s. How is this even possible? What kind of crisis could put Mi Ling and Mi Li in danger? So Chen Luo rushed back to the base first. In just 4 minutes, Chen Luo returned to the base, with the look of shock on his face. Weren't you in mortal danger? Why do you seem so calm? Rice was lying on the sofa and saw Chen Luo. If you're back, then there's no danger. Just as Chen Luo was puzzled, his walkie-talkie suddenly transmitted the voice of Chen Guan. Boss, an 8-meter-long sea turtle has broken into our base. Chen Luo was stunned. A giant turtle? Could it be the one whose eggs I stole? Coming to find me, Chen Luo immediately sprinted towards the main gate of the base. Thinking to himself, I've already broken through to level 7 now, with my dual-element special physique. My current strength is already equivalent to a normal level 9 ability user. Do I need to fear a level 8 Turtle King? Soon he saw the Turtle King going berserk at the gate. Upon seeing this, Chen Luo immediately shouted, Beast, how dare you? At that moment, Sea Princess coldly said, So you're the one who stole my friend's eggs, and you still dare to act so boldly here? When Chen Luo saw who was speaking, he broke out into a cold sweat. Thinking to himself, isn't that the Dark Witch Sea Princess, a deity? Numerous ability users died at her hands in my past life. How did she get here? Oh no, she even has the ability to fly, which means her level has reached level 10. I'm only a fake level 9 now. The gap between a real level 9 and her is not small at all. But since Rice prophesied that I could resolve this crisis, what's there to fear? I killed her in my past life. I can kill her again. But just at that moment, Sea Princess suddenly released a dark barrier towards Chen Luo, hoping to trap him inside. What Sea Princess didn't expect was, just as the barrier was about to close, Chen Luo used his spatial walk to teleport out. This really angered Sea Princess. Without saying another word, she threw several charming glances at him. Luckily, Chen Luo's quick reflexes barely allowed him to dodge this fatal attack, seeing the opponent's attack getting more and more fierce. Chen Luo had no choice but to continually use spatial walk to evade. Then he seized the right moment, instantly teleported behind Sea Princess, raised his sword of the void, ready to end this menace with one stroke. But her reaction speed was extremely fast, and she narrowly dodged the sword by twisting her body. Just at that moment, the Turtle King suddenly opened its big mouth, biting towards Chen Luo. Just when it thought it had succeeded, Chen Luo once again mysteriously disappeared from its sight. However, before one wave had settled, another rose. Just as he landed, Sea Princess suddenly slapped towards him. With no alternative, Chen Luo once again used spatial walk to dodge. At this point, Sea Princess sneered, I don't believe your teleportation can be used infinitely. Once your abilities run out, let's see what you will do. Hearing this, Chen Luo suddenly felt a chill down his spine, thinking, she's right. Even without using any skills, I can only use spatial walk about 100 times. If this continues, it's only a matter of time before she catches me. In that case, I have no choice but to use that move. Sea Princess naturally counters spatial abilities, so Chen Luo has no choice but to use his time-based abilities against her. As long as he can use Time Stop, even if it only freezes her for 2 seconds, Chen Luo is confident he can kill her. However, after he shouted Time Stop, Chen Luo found himself frozen in place. And not only was Sea Princess not affected, her attacks became even more fierce. Turtle King, watching from the side and seeing that it couldn't handle Chen Luo, turned its anger towards the other members. Mi Ling was quick to notice. Realizing that no one here could stand against Turtle King, she promptly ordered everyone to retreat to the base, and quickly informed the base elders to come out and fight. I'll hold off this turtle. Just at that moment, Thunder King suddenly burst out holding one of the turtle's children, with the other 3 little sea turtles closely following behind. Recognizing its children at a glance, Turtle King immediately stopped attacking then yelled, Release my turtle children. Thunder King paid no attention. Instead, he slammed a paw onto the ground, instantly creating several deep cracks. The meaning was clear. Imagine what will happen if this paw lands on your child. If you don't want your child to get hurt, behave. Chen Luo, seeing this, couldn't help but admire. It has to be you in key moments, even resorting to such despicable methods. For the record, I didn't teach this, but it was indeed effective. Chen Luo squinted, and an idea came to him. He used his spatial walk to appear next to Thunder King, grabbing one of the little sea turtles and said, "If you dare attack again, it's uncertain who will die first." Upon hearing that someone wanted to hurt their master, the little turtle immediately roared at Turtle King. "If anyone dares to hurt my master, I'll bite them." Turtle King, eyes filled with tears, said, "My good son, how could you choose a thief as your father?" Sea Princess added, "Your child has become a human servant. There's no point in saving him. You can have more children, but if we don't kill this human today, he will become an endless threat." Thunder King did not expect was. After saying this, Sea Princess didn't attack Chen Luo, but aimed a beam of annihilating light at him. This scared Thunder King, who barked hastily, "Are you insane, old woman? I haven't offended you." As he spoke, Thunder King erupted with a terrifying current around him. He then used his newly learned ability, Lightning Clone, prepared to use the clone to confuse the opponent. At that moment, Sea Princess coldly said, "You think a few clones can help you escape from me? How naive." With that, she launched attacks at multiple targets simultaneously. After 3 loud bangs, all 3 of Thunder King's clones were annihilated by Sea Princess. Seeing this, Chen Luo froze in place, realizing Thunder King and Sea Princess were not on the same level. While Chen Luo had spatial walk to save his life, Sea Princess couldn't do anything to him either. So, she immediately switched her focus to attack Thunder King. Chen Luo knew that Thunder King, being only level 7, couldn't dodge Sea Princess's attacks, and if caught, would surely die on the spot. Without any hesitation, Chen Luo instantly used spatial walk to shield Thunder King, yelling, "Get lost to the ends of the earth." The next second, the space around Sea Princess started to fluctuate strangely, and with a swoosh, Sea Princess vanished from her spot. At that moment, Chen Luo was completely dumbfounded, unexpectedly mastering spatial exile in a critical moment. Seeing that the crisis was averted, Thunder King finally let out a sigh of relief, thinking, "My master is awesome. Otherwise, I would have been a dead dog by now." Chen Luo could vaguely feel that he had sent Sea Princess to a very distant place, but it won't be long before she returns. So, the immediate concern is to quickly find Sea Princess's clamshell. Only by getting hold of that can they save themselves. Although Chen Luo had no idea where the clamshell was, Turtle King certainly knew. So, he quickly picked up the little sea turtle and threatened, "Tell me where Sea Princess's clamshell is hidden, or don't blame me for being ruthless." Hearing this, Turtle King turned pale and shouted, "How do you know Sea Princess's secret?" Chen Luo chuckled, "That's not important. What's important is, didn't you see she was about to harm your children? If I hadn't used spatial exile to send her away, your 4 turtle sons would probably be dead by now." At this moment, Turtle King finally realized, "Yes, I called her to help me save my children, but when she was about to attack this kid, she didn't consider my children's safety at all. If you are heartless, don't blame me for being unjust." Then Turtle King solemnly said, "I can tell you where the clamshell is, but you must return my children to me." However, without even thinking, Chen Luo declined, saying, "It's not that I don't want to give them back to you, but Sea Princess is ruthless and cunning. Think about it, you betray her, do you think she will spare you and your children? How about this, you temporarily live in the river near my house, so if Sea Princess comes for revenge, I can quickly step in and deal with her. With both of us working together, we can better protect these 4 little ones." Hearing this, Turtle King immediately agreed to Chen Luo's proposal. He then took off a piece of his shell from his back and gave it to Chen Luo, telling him, "My clan guards the area near Sea Princess's clamshell. Take this with you, and they will obey your orders." Hearing this, Chen Luo immediately showed a sly smile, thinking, "Now I not only have Turtle King in my grasp, but I also know the exact location of Sea Princess's clamshell." Soon, Chen Luo found the clamshell following Turtle King's guidance. He knew that if he destroyed Sea Princess's clamshell now, she would undoubtedly die soon, and that would result in a mutually destructive scenario. However, at this moment, Chen Luo thought of a perfect solution. Why not exploit Sea Princess's vanity and make her work for me? Thinking of this, Chen Luo immediately tapped the clamshell beside him, and the next second, Sea Princess eerily appeared before his eyes. At that moment, Sea Princess anxiously said, "How do you know the secret of my clamshell? It must be that Turtle King who betrayed me, right?" Friendship's boat turns over so easily, but Chen Luo calmly responded, "Please calm down. Lady Sea Princess, we have no old grievances. Why must we fight to the death? I don't want to be your enemy. I've awakened a 1 in a million time ability, and I've mastered time acceleration. Soon I'll be able to grasp time reversal, and then I can help you become young again." Hearing this, Sea Princess immediately asked, "Is that really true? You can actually make me young again?" Seeing that the fish has taken the bait, Chen Luo began to talk nonsense very seriously. "If I'm lying, may I turn into a little dog? However, my current level is too low to have mastered it yet, but if I diligently practice, within a year, I should be able to grasp this divine skill. If by then I don't keep my word, you can do whatever you want with me." No sooner had the words left his mouth than Sea Princess readily agreed, saying, "I'll wait for you for a year. If you dare to deceive me, don't blame me for turning against you." Although Chen Luo verbally agreed readily, what he was actually thinking was, who will be stronger in a year is still uncertain. Then he suggested, "How about this? I will give the clamshell back to you right now, and you give me the pearl on your head for safekeeping. As a token of our cooperation, I'll return it to you in a year." Chen Luo thought, "Anyway, this clamshell is useless to me. Might as well secure the water-repelling pearl first." After pondering for a moment, Sea Princess took off her pearl and handed it to Chen Luo, saying, "I will come to retrieve it in a year. Don't forget the promise you made to me." Having fooled Sea Princess, Chen Luo left with the pearl, thinking, "What I rely on in this apocalypse isn't strength, but my clever mind." Meanwhile, on the other side, a mutated creature suddenly broke into a small base. With a wave of its giant hand, it instantly formed a huge light ball in the air. Its emitted light instantly cooked everyone crisp on the outside and tender on the inside. However, just as the mutant was about to enjoy its feast, a small minion tremblingly approached and said, "Don't kill me. My boss sent me to bring you a message. He says he's willing to provide you with food long-term." Upon hearing this, the mutant immediately agreed, saying, "If you dare to deceive me, I'll turn you all into barbecue." The reason why the base leader, Chen Yuan, did this was to keep the mutant at the base and wear it down. For he also knew the secret that the mutant's lifespan was extremely short. But soon news reached Chen Luo's ears. Xiao Hai received intelligence that Chen Yuan has adopted a mutant of the Light series, but its level is unknown. According to informants, the zombie is extremely strong. Its single ability instantly killed more than 20 people. Upon hearing it was a mutant, Chen Luo instantly became interested. Now that he has mastered the skill of time acceleration, he sees mutants as nothing more than moving crystals. So he immediately decides to go to Chen Yuan's base to eliminate the menace for the people. Before leaving, as usual, he first consults with Rice about the fortune for the day. But Rice calmly says, "There is nothing special happening to you today. It's Mi Li who seems to have a good opportunity coming her way." He then storms into Chen Yuan's base, at which point Chen Yuan's minions quickly notify him that something bad has happened. Someone has forcibly entered their base and is now rushing toward the mutant's room. This scares Chen Yuan immensely. He immediately orders his minions to gather people to go there. Having raised the mutant for so long, he would be at a huge loss if someone else took it first. Meanwhile, on the other side, the mutant is comfortably enjoying the delicacies provided by Chen Yuan, unaware that danger is quietly approaching. With a clang, the thick iron door is easily kicked open by Chen Luo. At this moment, the zombie is still feasting on human flesh. Seeing that a living person has broken in, the mutant quickly says, "Is this an extra meal for me? Hurry and cut off your ear to go with my drink. Don't force me to take action." To this, Chen Luo pays no attention, saying, "You cheeky brat. How dare you speak to your Chin daddy like that?" This angers the mutant greatly. Without saying another word, it forms a large raisin. Upon seeing this, Chen Luo is not the least bit flustered. Summoning his void sword, he coldly says, "Is that all? Your flashy technique takes too long to release." But before Chen Luo can finish speaking, the mutant quickly forms 7 or 8 raisingans and attacks Chen Luo fiercely. Faced with this unavoidable strike, Chen Luo is not frightened, but rather pleased. Even mocking, "Your attack speed is a bit too slow, isn't it?" As soon as he finishes speaking, Chen Luo disappears from the mutant's sight with a whoosh sound. Before the creature could figure out what was going on, Chen Luo uses his void walk skill to appear behind it, and with a swift sword strike, slashes at its back. Although the strike didn't cause significant damage, Chen Luo becomes even more excited, because only mutants at level 9 or above can withstand his sword without being harmed. Given that, he decides to use his time acceleration skill to collect that sword strike had thoroughly enraged the mutant, who shouts, "Kid, your life is mine," and forms an even larger raising to charge at Chen Luo. At this moment, Chen Luo is already in position to use his time acceleration skill. With his shout of die, the next second sees the mutant frozen in place. Accompanied by a shrill scream, the mutant falls rigidly at Chen Luo's feet. Without any hesitation, Chen Luo reaches into its brain and extracts a level 10 crystal. To his surprise, it's an incredibly rare light elemental crystal. No wonder Rice said Li would encounter a great opportunity. Just then, a stern voice comes from behind Chen Luo. "Put down my crystal, or don't blame me for being impolite." Upon hearing this, Chen Luo chuckles. "Why should the crystal I obtained from killing a zombie belong to you?" This instantly infuriates Chang Yuan. "You break into my base, harm my men, kill the zombie I've been nurturing, and steal my crystal. And you think you're in the right? Chen Luo, I know you're strong, but this is my turf. Can you really overturn the heavens all by yourself? Either you leave your life here, or obediently give the crystal back to me. Your choice." Who would have thought that Chen Luo calmly replies, "What if I choose neither? What can you do to me?" This response enrages Chang Yuan even more. He shouts loudly, "Guys, get him. Whoever kills Chen Luo gets 2 boxes of instant noodles, 10 cans of food, plus a box of pickled vegetables." But before he finishes speaking, Chen Luo makes a sweeping gesture with his hand. A force of spatial cutting sweeps across Chang Yuan's neck, and his head thumps to the ground. Seeing this, everyone present loses their color, and no one dares to move forward. At this moment, a man named Zhang Chuan walks up, bows and says, "The arrogant fool who dared to oppose you is not worth mentioning. I'll have them clear the path for you right away." Zhang Chuan then shouts, "Who dares to block Chen's path? I'll be the first to cut him down." As soon as he finishes speaking, everyone immediately steps aside respectfully to make way for Chen Luo. Chen Luo sees that the young man knows his place, so he pats him on the shoulder and says, "Since your boss has been killed by me, from tonight on, you'll be in charge of this base. If anyone disagrees, they can come find me." Upon hearing this, the room falls silent. No one dares to voice any objection. Then Chen Luo takes the level 10 crystal to Millie, telling her to quickly upgrade to level 8. Initially, Millie refuses, saying, "Brother Chen Luo, you haven't even upgraded to level 8 yet. You should keep this high-level crystal for yourself." Hearing this, Chen Luo immediately becomes playful, saying, "I only need one more level 7 crystal to break through. If you don't hurry up to level 8, you won't stand a chance against me in wrestling tonight. Besides, this is a light elemental crystal. You're better suited to use it." Before he can finish, Millie blushes and yells, "Brother Chen Luo, you're so annoying. I'm ignoring you." Afterward, Chen Luo returns to his room to absorb the crystal. In just 2 hours, he successfully advances to level 8. With the aid of his dual elemental constitution, Chen Luo's overall strength has also reached level 10. Now, it's time to start planning his next move. He plans to play a big game, gathering all the bases in Divine Capital and the surrounding areas, to announce 2 significant things to the world. Not only does he want to share the technology for growing organic vegetables for free, he also intends to provide high-quality seeds that can increase yield by 50%. Upon hearing this, everyone lavishes praise on Chen Luo for his nobility. He's willing to share such crucial secrets for free with everyone, and his doing so is not out of excessive altruism. It is simply paving the way for selling his seeds. If he doesn't teach people how to plant, who will buy his seeds? Then Chen Luo claps his hands and shouts, "Everyone, please be quiet for a moment. I have another announcement to make today. Starting today, I will provide a service to solve your troubles. No matter who you are, no matter what troubles you've gotten into, as long as you can provide something valuable, I, Chen Luo, can settle any trouble for you." After making these 2 significant announcements, Chen Guang immediately arranges for Yang Lu to share tips on planting. But at that moment, Chen Luo spots an old acquaintance from his previous life in the crowd. This person is named Wang Lai. In his previous life, he was a king-level big shot, and also one of Meiling's sycophants. In order to win Meiling's heart, this shameless person even collaborated with zombies to create a crisis, planning to stage a hero saving the beauty scenario. However, things spiraled out of his control, and Meiling tragically died in that crisis. It was also at that time, Meiling suddenly mastered the art of resurrection, using this divine skill to revive the deceased Meiling. So this person must die. But now is not the time. Better wait until he ascends to king level and use him as a stepping stone for Meiling. Meanwhile, Yang Lu's presentation is coming to an end. So, those who are interested can come and register with me. We have 2 schemes for selling seeds. One is to purchase directly from us. And the other is that we provide seeds for free, and you give us half of your potato harvest. At this point, Chen Guang speaks solemnly. While everyone is considering, let me insert a quick advertisement. Our base offers various problem-solving services. Does anyone here need our help with something? As long as you can offer something of value, there's no problem we can't solve. Upon hearing this, someone in the crowd immediately shouts, I want to ask Big Boss Chen to avenge my brother. All I have to offer is this level 7 crystal. I don't know if that's enough for Big Boss Chen to make a move. A beast ate my brother. That person's name is Feng Long. And he's right here. No sooner had he finished speaking, then Wang Lai immediately asks Feng Long what the heck is going on. Can't you be more discreet in your actions? Got caught, did you? But just at that moment, that person points at Feng Long and yells, he's the man-eating demon. I ask Big Boss Chen to act for the public good. Chen Guang immediately uses Zhao Zi's psychic communication to consult with Chen Luo, asking if they should take this job. Although a level 7 crystal is not attractive to Chen Luo, for the sake of promoting their services, Chen Luo nods, signaling Chen Guang to accept this task. Seeing this, Chen Guang immediately speaks righteously. Although the reward offered this time is a bit low, given the heinous acts committed by this person, we simply have to take this job. Hearing this, Wang Lai immediately stands up and starts to defend his subordinate. What evidence do you have that my man ate your brother? Don't make baseless accusations if you have no evidence. The man responds, I saw it with my own eyes. What more proof do you need? But Wang Lai remains unconvinced and says, empty words. Anyone can claim they saw something. I could also say I saw you eat my brother. Is that considered evidence? Upon hearing this, the crowd nods in agreement that Wang Lai makes a lot of sense. Without evidence, who can say what really happened? Looks like the hosts are about to lose face today. But at that moment, Chen Luo casually walks into the venue, hands in his pockets, muttering, I think there might be a misunderstanding about us, since Mr. Deng has offered a reward for us to act, and we've accepted this job. Whether or not Mr. Feng Long ate someone is not our concern, nor do we need any evidence. We will simply complete the task as per our employer's wishes. Therefore, Mr. Feng Long must die. Even if a god were to arrive, they couldn't save him. That's what I'm saying. Upon hearing this, the crowd is instantly shocked. Everyone's saying this Chen guy is way too arrogant. Has he lost all reason? Seeing this, Wang Lai immediately says, Leader Chen, we have no grievances. Is there really a need to go all out just for a level 7 crystal? But Chen Luo remains unconvinced and states, no matter what you say today, you can't save him. Let me ask you, will you hand over Feng Long willingly, or should I take him myself? Upon hearing this, Wang Lai is stunned on the spot. He never expected Chen Luo to be so uncompromising. He's a local ruler himself but is given no face at all. But if it comes down to a fight, he'd surely be the one at a disadvantage. This is his territory after all. Although Feng Long is my base's second in command, it's not worth risking my life fighting Chen Luo for him. Better to lose the battle to win the war. I'll settle this with him once I reach level 7. Thinking this, Wang Lai immediately backs down and agrees to hand over Feng Long. But no sooner had he finished speaking than the guy starts to make a run for it without a word. Chen Luo doesn't hesitate. He immediately shouts, Sha Huaren, it's your turn. The next second, Sha Huaren mysteriously appears in front of him. Seeing this, Feng Long angrily says, so there are really people who dare to stop me? You're tired of living, huh? Better get out of my way if you know what's good for you. But before he can finish speaking, Sha Huaren's fist, the size of a sandbag, abruptly greets him with a loud bang. Feng Long is sent flying 10 meters by this sudden punch. But it's not over. Sha Huaren quickly steps forward and disables his limbs with a few punches, then tosses the crippled Feng Long in front of the client to do as he pleases. The crowd is utterly stunned by this efficient service. Chen Luo, showing great business acumen, immediately starts advertising. As you can see, this is our strength. As long as you can put up enough stakes, there's no problem we can't solve. I know you all think I, Chen Luo, am arrogant and have doubts about my abilities. To avoid unnecessary trouble, I won't hide it anymore. I'm revealing my cards. I am a level 8 superhuman. Upon hearing this, the entire room instantly erupts into commotion. People are saying, how is this even possible? Even a level 5 is considered a top expert these days. And a level 6 is a force to be reckoned with. And he claims to be level 8? Well, I don't believe it. At this point, someone bravely raises their hand and asks Chen Luo, could you show us the strength of a level 8? Upon hearing this, Chen Luo smirks. Indeed, words alone are not enough to convince people. Today, I'll satisfy everyone's curiosity. Mr. Deng, do you have any grudges with this long lie? The man immediately grits his teeth and says, if it weren't for him enabling his subordinates, my brother wouldn't have died. Unfortunately, my crystal isn't enough. Or else I'd have asked you to take care of this scourge as well. Upon hearing this, Chen Luo immediately says, to thank our first customer, Mr. Deng, for his support. Today we have a buy one, get one free offer. I'll give Wang Lai to Mr. Deng as a free gift. Hearing this, Wang Lai's first instinct is to run. But before he can turn around, a force of space sweeps across his neck. The strange thing is, his head doesn't fall to the ground. It flies straight into Chen Luo's hand. Chen Luo slightly smiles and says, have you all witnessed the power of a level 8? Seeing this, the crowd is so frightened that they nearly wet themselves. No one dares to doubt Chen Luo's strength anymore. To avoid causing panic, Chen Guang immediately explains, this man deserved to die for enabling such heinous acts by his subordinates. But Chen Luo disagrees. He throws the head onto the ground and menacingly says, I never leave loose ends when I act. No one who has crossed me has lived to see the next day. I did all this to make it clear to everyone. Life is only once if you don't have 9 lives. Don't even think about messing with me. Upon hearing this, everyone immediately bows and nods, saying, we have already witnessed Leader Chen's strength. We wouldn't dare show you any disrespect. But who would have thought? Chen Luo suddenly changes his tone. Actually, I'm a very approachable and hospitable person. If you have any problems, remember to come to me for help. And those who want to get seeds can also come and register with us. I assume you won't cheat me. I'll only want half of a yield. Upon hearing this, everyone immediately assures Leader Chen, if anyone dares to default, I'll be the first to not let them off. Just at this moment, Su Dazu suddenly approaches Chen Luo, saying, Brother Chen, something bad has happened. We just received a message from a zombie named Big Strong. There's another zombie named Bing Lin, who has formed a group called the Bing Lin Society, and they are planning to raid our base tonight to deal with this crisis. Chen Luo announces that he is recruiting a group of level 5 or higher individuals with special abilities. Upon hearing that a level 8 expert is recruiting, everyone starts expressing their desire to join. Chen Luo doesn't keep them in the dark. He immediately reveals that a large group of zombies will attack their base tonight. The number could be around 10,000. Those willing to join will all have to participate in this base defense battle. Those who survive will become official members of the base. Upon hearing this, most people choose to leave on the spot, looking at those who stay. Chen Luo immediately applauds, saying that those who stay are brave and smart. 10,000 zombies are nothing to us. Please rest assured, if there are high-level zombies, I will take action. Otherwise, consider this as a large-scale combat exercise. That very night, Bing Lin brings a zombie army to the outskirts of Chen Luo's base. Though they have only gathered 7,000 zombies, Bing Lin believes it's more than enough to wipe out a base, saying we don't need to personally get involved. He then orders Big Strong to lead them to the entrance of the base. Once the mission is complete, return and watch the battle with me. Upon hearing this, Big Strong tearfully accepts the task to attack his own brother's base. Muttering to himself, being a zombie undercover agent is not easy, then Big Strong leads the overwhelming zombie army toward the base. At this moment, Chen Luo has been waiting for some time, seeing the zombie army at the gates. Chen Luo shows a satisfied smile. At his command, a rain of special abilities suddenly pours down from the sky, taking the vanguard by surprise. But soon, the elemental ability users find something amiss. The following zombie troops immediately pick up their fallen comrades as shields, making it impossible to inflict effective damage on them anymore. Just at this moment, a fire dragon suddenly breaks through the sky, then swiftly dives into the zombie horde. Any zombie touched by the fire dragon instantly turns into charcoal, immediately inflicting massive damage on the enemy. At this point, the caster Mei Ling shouts, I can only use my fire dragon technique once more. Other elemental users are also running low on their abilities. What do we do now? Seeing this, Chen Luo doesn't hesitate at all, immediately leading the physical ability users out of the base, and Su Dazu, who serves as the vanguard, charges ahead, swiftly plunging into the zombie horde and engaging them in combat. At this moment, Su Dazu seems to be invincible, holding the line all by himself. One punch takes down a large swath of zombies. Seeing this, Bing Lin is stunned, yelling, how could my meticulously planned raid be so easily thwarted? They seem to have been prepared for this. It looks like there's a traitor among us. Just then, Chen Guang shouts, "Brother Chen, something bad has happened." Big Strong has sent a telepathic message through Xiao Ji. His undercover identity has been exposed. Why would the humans be prepared? Only Big Strong and Bing Lin knew about the plan to raid this base. Realizing this, Bing Lin immediately understands everything, so it starts to severely interrogate Big Strong, yelling quickly, "What benefits did the humans give you? Why did you betray me?" Upon hearing this, Big Strong frantically shouts, "I'm innocent, boss," while simultaneously sending a telepathic message to Chen Luo that he has been exposed. Upon receiving the message, Chen Luo is immediately unsettled. Big Strong is his one and only zombie undercover agent. He was relying on Big Strong to help him control the zombies. In that case, Bing Lin must die. Saying this, Chen Luo disappears from the spot with a swoosh. The next second, he mysteriously appears behind Bing Lin. Then he says with a smile, "So it's you who's been controlling zombies to attack my base, daring to challenge me. It looks like you're tired of living, aren't you?" But before he could finish speaking, Bing Lin throws several hidden weapons at him. Seeing this, Chen Luo doesn't indulge it, immediately using a void walk to reappear behind it. Then with a single swing of his sword, he decapitates Bing Lin. After that, he quickly signals Big Strong to come and attack him. That way no one would suspect you as an insider. Unexpectedly, Big Strong turns out to be quite the actor. First, it lets out a long howl. "I'll fight you to the death. You dare kill my big brother?" Then, it rushes at Chen Luo like a madman, landing a heavy punch on his face. Seeing this, Chen Luo immediately clutches his face and angrily shouts, "If I hadn't been worn out from fighting your big brother, I would have killed you today. You just wait. I'll remember this." Saying this, Chen Luo picks up Bing Lin's head and pretends to flee in panic. Seeing this, the zombies all praise Big Strong's courage, saying, "He really dares to step up when needed. I don't think he's a spy." But just then, a zombie suddenly steps forward and says, "Since our big brother is already dead, Lei, will take over from now on. From today, the Bing Lin gang will officially be renamed the Lei gang." Before it could finish speaking, Big Strong instantly roars at it. "Our big brother's body is not even cold yet. You're already eager to take his place? I think the real traitor is you." Without hesitating, Big Strong grabs Lei by the neck and pins it to the ground. Thinking to himself, "Since you love the limelight so much, you can take the blame for being the traitor." After a few punches from Big Strong, Lei is killed on the spot. Seeing this, the other zombies quickly say, "From now on, we'll follow Big Strong. How about renaming the gang to the Big Strong Gang?" Upon hearing this, Big Strong quickly responds, "We're all brothers. How about we call it the Brotherhood Alliance? From now on, if there's meat, we all share it." After doing all these, Big Strong immediately goes to the designated meeting place to find Chen Luo. Shouting, "Big brother, my acting just now wasn't bad, right?" Hearing this, Chen Luo smiles slightly. "I'm very satisfied with your performance today. I will focus on cultivating you in the future. Your task is to recruit more high-level zombies and send me crystals by attacking bases in this manner." Saying this, Chen Luo rewards Big Strong with a level 7 crystal. Adding, "Follow me closely in the future and there will certainly be benefits for you." This makes Big Strong exceedingly happy. Instantly saying, "Big brother, rest assured, I will complete the tasks you give me on time." But just then, Xiao Ji suddenly contacts Chen Luo through mental communication, saying that Sea Princess has just sent her a message via telepathy, claiming she wants to help him advance to level 10 as promised, and asks him to meet her at the beach immediately. This elates Chen Luo, who without a word starts sprinting towards the beach. He soon arrives at the designated location, and upon seeing Sea Princess emerge from the sea, he shouts, "Sea Princess, sister, I'm here." Seeing this, Sea Princess doesn't hesitate, and immediately hands several high-level crystals to Chen Luo. Looking at the shining crystals in his hand, Chen Luo can't help but feel overjoyed. Thinking, "Sea Princess is really helpful. Once I truly master time reversal, I must help you become younger." Then, Sea Princess speaks gravely, "Actually, there's a level 10 ice element ribbon fish nearby. It's too fast in the water for me to kill. But now that you're here, it's a different story. I'll go and lure it out now. Let's team up to kill it." Hearing about a level 10 crystal, Chen Luo immediately agrees without a second thought. In no time, Sea Princess successfully lures the ribbon fish to the water's surface, then urgently shouts, "Now's the time. Let's kill it quickly. Chen Luo doesn't hesitate, and immediately releases a spatial slice attack towards the ribbon fish. But who knew? This creature reacts extremely quickly, not only easily dodging Chen Luo's attack, but also shooting an intense freezing ray towards him. Seeing this, Chen Luo's pupils constrict, thinking, this is bad. The ray is too fast. I don't have time to use my spatial walk to dodge. In just 0.001 seconds, the ray hits Chen Luo, who is standing on the shore. Unable to escape in time, Chen Luo is instantly frozen into an ice sculpture. At this moment, the ribbon fish continues to release its freezing rays at the cost of its own life, trying to take Chen Luo down with it. However, just as Chen Luo is about to be completely frozen, he timely uses spatial banishment to send the ribbon fish thousands of miles away. Seeing this, Sea Princess quickly comes forward to break him out of the ice, and asks where he has sent the ribbon fish, wondering if it's the same as the last time when he didn't know the exact direction. Hearing this, Chen Luo gives a wry smile. Sis, don't underestimate me. Last time was my first use. Now, I've mastered this skill. I sent it 30 miles to the east. The creature was already on its last legs, and now that I've teleported it to land, I estimate it's probably dead by now. Let's go grab the loot. The two then successfully find the body of the ribbon fish to the east. Seeing this, Chen Luo immediately extracts the crystal from its body. But just then, Sea Princess suddenly proposes an idea that shatters Chen Luo's worldview. I think you can take this ribbon fish back and eat it. It's good stuff. Don't waste it. Hearing this, Chen Luo is taken aback, shouting, Sis, you've got to be joking. You know how bad mutated sea creatures taste, and the higher the level, the worse the taste. This ribbon fish is level 10. Then, Sea Princess finally reveals the secret of the ocean's mutations, and the real reason why she can take human form. All because she inadvertently ate a piece of meat that fell from the sky. A tremendous force surged into her body, as the meat digested automatically within her. A vast amount of energy was absorbed by Sea Princess endlessly, causing her unimaginable pain. But she couldn't spit the meat out, and just as she was about to burst, thankfully her good friend, King Turtle, appeared in time to open the clamshell, and ate the remaining meat for her. Thus, Sea Princess barely survived. Ever since then, she and King Turtle began to grow stronger and stronger. To this day, Sea Princess still feels a lot of energy inside her that hasn't been digested, so her own strength is increasing every moment. Hearing this, Chen Luo was stunned. Isn't this the same feeling as when superhumans absorb high-level crystals? What kind of meat could have the same effect as crystals? Sea Princess tells him it was from that time that sea creatures started to mutate gradually, and those like her who evolved rapidly were all because of eating that mysterious meat. I can sense that the same kind of power exists in this ribbonfish, and its flesh still contains a lot of residual energy. That's why I suggest you take this ribbonfish back and eat it. Hearing that eating it could make him stronger, Chen Luo thought, well, if it tastes bad, it tastes bad. I've eaten worse in my past life. Maybe if I take it back and let Sister Yu handle it, it won't be so unpalatable. Afterwards, Chen Luo takes the ribbonfish back to the base, and asks Sister Yu to try cooking this mutated ribbonfish, not expecting it to be delicious, just so long as it is a little bit palatable, and it must be strongly flavored. The stronger, the better. Saying this, Chen Luo assists Mayu, beginning to use spatial power to slice the ribbonfish. Soon, Mayu makes a fish fillet as requested, looking at this high-end dish emitting a disgusting odor. Chen Luo immediately has second thoughts, but remembering what Sister Sea Princess said, he nervously picks up a piece to try. He immediately started to vomit. It's safe to say it was even worse than eating feces. Soon, that captivating smell was picked up by Thunder King's dog nose, and without a word, Dog Elder immediately rushed into the kitchen. It even took a deep whiff of that soul-stirring stench. Seeing this, Chen Luo immediately understood, and promptly handed that bowl of incredibly stinky fish fillet to Thunder King. This made Dog Elder extremely happy, and it crunched down the stinky ribbonfish in just a few bites. Indeed, it proved the old saying, a dog can't change its habit of eating feces. Even something this foul-smelling was appetizing to this creature. But that's okay. Let Thunder King help me test if eating this will really make him stronger. If it's a sea princess, Sister said, even if it's disgusting, I'll have to swallow it. Meanwhile, on the other side, a mermaid is leisurely sunbathing on a coral reef, but is suddenly interrupted by a seal. The seal plaintively cries, "Congealed Frost Sister, my brother has been killed. You had to help me." Hearing this, Congealed Frost quickly asks, was it done by a shark claiming to be the sea god? The seal immediately clarified that it wasn't that creature, but a clam that had transformed into a humanoid. Hearing this, a glint of coldness appeared in Congealed Frost's eyes. It seems that Clam must be a minion of the false sea god. Then she splashes into the sea, asking the seal to lead the way. Let's go meet this giant clam now. At this moment, Sea Princess is searching for high-level crystals for her brother Chen Luo. When she suddenly hears a voice, Congealed Frost's sister, she's the one who killed my brother and took away his crystal. Upon looking, she sees the seal she had let go, coming for revenge, accompanied by a mermaid. Seeing this, Sea Princess immediately let out a cold snort. If it weren't for my brother forbidding me from hunting low-level mutated creatures, would you even be alive to complain? I was worried I wouldn't find high-level crystals, but you've conveniently delivered yourself. My brother will surely love this mermaid's crystal. Having said that, Sea Princess launched a devastating ray of light towards the mermaid. But to everyone's surprise, Congealed Frost effortlessly lifted her hand, blocking this lethal attack with ease. Seeing this, Sea Princess's pupils narrowed, realizing that this creature was far more powerful than the level 10 ribbonfish. Knowing she stood no chance, Sea Princess didn't hesitate and turned to flee. But it was too late. With a wave of her hand, Congealed Frost instantly froze Sea Princess into an ice sculpture. At this point, the seal, eyes filled with tears, said, Congealed Frost's sister quickly helped me kill her and avenge my brother. But Congealed Frost responded, doesn't she have a brother? Why don't we lure him over and deal with both of them? Meanwhile, on the other side, Chen Luo also received the news that Sea Princess was in trouble. Over the walkie-talkie, Xiaoji frantically said, Bro Chen, this is really bad. Someone has erased the contact mark one placed on Sea Princess's sister and is threatening you to come to the small island to the east to save her, or else they will kill Sea Princess. Hearing this, Chen Luo was immediately alarmed, thinking that anyone capable of capturing Sea Princess must be at least level 10, or even possibly at king level. Upon thinking this, he immediately sought out Rice to inquire if he faced any danger today. Unexpectedly, Rice only said, you won't face any danger within the next 3 hours. Hearing this, Chen Luo fell deep into thought. The journey to the eastern island would take more than 3 hours. Would I, being as cautious as ever, take this kind of risk? But then he thought about how kind Sea Princess had been to him and decided to take a gamble. Although this was a journey filled with unknowns, I'm actually interested to see if there is anyone in this world who can kill me, the Void Cane. Following that, Chen Luo arrived at the pre-agreed location on the small island, but to Congealed Frost's surprise, isn't he Sea Princess's brother? Why can't I see through his true form? So, she hurriedly asked Chen Luo if he was the sea god. Hearing this, Chen Luo smirked and said, I think you've got the wrong person. I'm no sea god. Now, tell me why you captured my sister. Upon hearing this, Congealed Frost immediately recounted the story of how Sea Princess killed the seal's brother, adding that she could not tolerate such senseless killings. Seeing this, Sea Princess shouted, Little brother, run. I appreciate your kindness, but this guy is not someone you can handle. But Chen Luo was unfazed, responding, Sister, don't worry. She accuses us from a moral high ground, right? Well, today, I'll give her a lesson in reason. With that, Chen Luo shouted, The law of the jungle has always been the rule of survival. Big fish eat small fish. Small fish eat shrimp. What's wrong with that? And you hypocritical seal. Don't you eat fish? On what grounds can you senselessly kill? Upon hearing this, the young seal was left speechless, finally blurting out in frustration, I just want to avenge my brother. What's it to you? At this moment, Congealed Frost authoritatively declared, You make a very valid point. This is a world with a strong prey on the weak, and since I'm strong and she's weak, she must die today. This made Chen Luo furious, shouting, So, you've abandoned reason, have you? He then unleashed his spatial slicing technique. Seeing this, Sea Princess quickly yelled, Don't worry about me, little brother. Your move won't work on her. But before she could finish, Chen Luo directed his attack at the seal beside them, muttering, Survival of the fittest, right? Two can play at that game. Seeing this, Congealed Frost was immediately enraged, shouting, You dare kill my friend? You must be tired of living. But before she could even finish her sentence, Chen Luo vanished right in front of her eyes using his void walk. Before she could react, he mysteriously appeared beside Sea Princess. After he shouted and used his spatial slice, the next second, Sea Princess broke free from the ice. Then he smirkingly looked at congealed frost and said, "I assume mermaid sister wouldn't want to chase us in her birthday suit, right?" No sooner had he spoken than the seashells on congealed frost's chest were shattered by a force of space. This angered the mermaid greatly, who immediately covered her chest and screamed, "You pervert." Chen Luo didn't bother to argue, leaving only a word, "goodbye," and vanished from the spot with Sea Princess using Void Walk. Impressed by this move, Sea Princess couldn't help but shout, "Awesome." But Chen Luo said, "The sea is no longer safe. Let's go back to the base to lay low." Hearing this, Sea Princess immediately agreed, saying, "Sister will listen to you. Once I break through to king level, I'll settle the score with congealed frost." After this episode, Chen Luo realized how powerful congealed frost was. Who knows, she might come to the base for revenge. It's unfortunate that his time-related abilities haven't progressed. If he mastered time stopping, he wouldn't fear her anymore. It seemed like now was the time to find Zhang Chushui to avoid misunderstandings with his wife. Chen Luo shared this thought with Millie, saying he was planning a long trip to recruit a girl with the time-stopping ability. Millie was very understanding, only asking how long he'd be gone. Chen Luo told Millie that if all went well, he could be back in 3 to 5 days. The issue was if the other party would be willing to come along. But regardless, he would drag her back if he had to. The next morning, Chen Luo arrived in H City alone.